A very good morning to you and welcome back. You're now on the lifestyle segment of the weekend show brought to you by HoloCrunch.
Crunchy, yummy goodness.
And today we are here with representatives of the Red Cross Society. Now, in times of crisis, they are the unsung heroes who rush towards danger, bringing relief and hope to those in need. From natural disasters to humanitarian crises, their unwavering dedication has saved countless lives and mended broken spirits in their tireless efforts to alleviate suffering and build a better world for all. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Adeyemo Adebayo, the Director of Programs at the Nigerian Red Cross Society, and Mrs. Kene Anani, Senior Communications Officer at the Nigeria Red Cross. Good morning and welcome to the Weekend Show.
Good morning, welcome, sir. Welcome, huh? All right, we're glad to have you here this morning. We're celebrating World Humanitarian Day very soon. And we're just very glad that, we have representatives like you all this morning. So just, first of all, let's just start with, how long the Nigerian Red Cross has been in existence.
Yes, the history of Nigerian Red Cross dates back to 1917. Yes, when the British Red Cross have collaborative effort with Nigerian Red Cross Society to stage a play called Adamu Orisha in Lagos in order to raise funds for Nigerian soldiers who fought along the British Army during the First World War. So, and they wanted to rehabilitate and bring them back home, back to Nigeria, and they needed more money. So they approached Nigerian Red Cross and British Red Cross. So a fundraising event was packaged in Lagos, and those Nigerian soldiers were brought back home. So we are more than a century now.
Whoa.
That's 106 years. But globally, we have been existing for more than 150 years. We were established from the Battle of Sovereigno, 1863, after the Battle of Sovereigno. But in Nigeria, our history dates back to 1917.
Amazing. That's an amazing history you just gave us now. Thank you so much, Mr. Adeyemo. Now, Mrs. Anani, can you tell us some of the major projects that the Red Cross have been doing and are currently doing in Nigeria and some of the states that are being covered?
Thank you very much. So the Nigerian Red Cross has a nationwide coverage. We are present in the 36 states of Nigeria.
Oh,
in
36 states.
in
Wow.
all the
Brilliant.
36 states, including the FCT, and in all the local governments, 774 local governments of the country. We have a lot of projects ranging from disaster management programs to, during the flood crisis, our volunteers were at the forefront, helping people in need when people needed help, reaching unreachable communities, communities where you have to use a boat to access. Our volunteers were able to access those communities because some of them live in those communities and they are in close proximity to those communities. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we were available, ready to help people. We have an unwavering commitment to help those in need wherever they may be, whoever they are, and no matter what the situation is.
That's a great
To
place.
complement her further, we engage in life-saving health services, disaster management, forecast-based financing, climate-based climate adaptations activities, climate change activities, youth engagement, community engagement and accountability, and disaster risk reductions. Activities we do so that just to mitigate when these disaster strikes. And we also respond to armed conflicts, situations of violence, natural hazards-induced disasters, and external disturbances. What Geneva Conventions or what you call international humanitarian laws dictates. So these are some of the things that have empowered us, because Nigerian Red Cross was a creation of Act of Parliament. the green, the red chamber and green chambers
Yes,
passed
red and green.
the law 1960 to really establish Nigerian Red Cross. After the exit of British Red Cross, we were formerly one of the overseas branches of overseas territory branches of British Red Cross. So after that, we became a full-fledged with the Nigerian Red Cross Act of Parliament that established us. So a lot of activities that we really do as. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So, as you know, World Humanitarian Day is celebrated August 19th, and the theme for this particular day depends on, what you all do as an organization, and I know humanitarian aspects are part of it. So, if you can tell us about the challenges you face, when you're having your humanitarian projects, and somewhat maybe any downturn you've had.
Yes. The theme of these year's 2023 World Humanitarian Day is no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what you do. No matter the location you are. So no matter the challenges, you just have to put a smiling face up. You just have to impact lives. You just have to change people. When you see people, you see multidimensional poverty index has been able to, released by Bureau of Statistics, has been able to catalog what, even including children, what they pass through, their parents. And it cut across from the southern branch states and the northern states. And these are things we have to impart. But now, you cannot impart if you don't have enough money. Paucity of fund is one of the challenges. You can see the economy downturn, even in Nigeria.
Yes.
And people are struggling to make, to survive economically. So, and it is when you have leftovers, you want to give. The more improved the economy is, the more people will be able to afford to give. We have platforms they can donate online or elsewhere. But apart from that, we also have challenges of how to reach. Four-wheel drive utility vehicles that can reach these hard to reach, because a lot of humanitarian organizations don't want to, despite the fact, don't want to go to a number of these places. And you also see that our volunteers, globally you see, for last year, more than 50 humanitarian aid workers were killed, just as journalists face their professional challenges also.
So those hazards are also present in Red Cross?
Yes,
wow.
Red Cross also face the same thing. Not only Red Cross, all humanitarian aid workers. Out of that, we may have minimum number affected. But you also see a number of people that were injured as a result of carrying out humanitarian. It's part of challenges. And we still have to keep on doing what we are doing. Because if not, how will people be saved? The mission is to elevate women's sovereignty wherever it may be.
No matter what.
No matter what. And it's not only in Nigeria. And overseas, we respond overseas also. We are part of 192 member national societies globally. Out of United Nations, 204 nations. Countries. So we are just 192. And during the civil war in Liberia, Sierra Leone, Nigerian Red Cross were there to bring back home those looking for protection. If not, more people will have died. We took them to Ijebode, Oru camp, the refugee that federal government liaised with Ogun State. Yes.
Wow. And
we were paying for their university education, secondary education, primary educations. So no matter what, and a lot of them, they have been resettled in Nigeria, some through voluntary repatriation. They went back to Liberia and Sierra Leone. And you see a number of them were given by U.S. Embassy. They migrated to U.S. And a number of them have families in Nigeria and haven't signed some legal instruments with ECOWAS, federal government, and other parties involved.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Very
so
much
much,
relevant.
Mr.
Mr.
Demo.
Deborah
Now,
has given us
finally,
details on that. Really
yeah.
good.
Now, finally, Mrs. Anani, Mr. Demo mentioned some things about a platform where volunteers can donate relief materials and funds to help assist the Red Cross. But in what other ways do you think the federal government can also help to push the Red Cross vision and movement further?
Okay, thank you very much. So, apart from the donations, the federal government could help in several ways. For example, the federal government could help in funding, could help in creating certain policies that would encourage the Red Cross movement further. The federal government has already been helpful to us because we were created, like he said, as an act of parliament, as an auxiliary to the government, to the authorities. So the federal government already partners with us. We already partner with the federal government in several ways. We partner with NEMA and some other government agencies. So, but of course, there's always more that can be done. More policies could be made to promote what we do, especially in terms of disaster management and the health crisis. So I believe that we can all come together as a community, we as individuals, we as volunteers, and then we can all come together, including the government, and help to alleviate human suffering wherever it may be found.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I agree with that point about, you know, what you believe the federal government can do. And have you been receiving some of that? At least I'm sure that they are working in hand. In some ways, the Red Cross has been able to collaborate with them.
Yes, they have helped us a lot. Federal government is doing a lot, and we are working with MDA, ministry departments and agencies of government. And when our president was the governor of Lagos State, during the 2001 bomb blast that occurred at Ikeja Cantonment, military cantonment, he did assist. So he knows our president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, knows Red Cross, and he has really worked with us a lot. And the wife also is a member of Nigerian Red Cross.
Great, that's fantastic.
That's
Thank you so much for coming
Excellency
this morning.
Remi Tinubu.
Yes.
She's a member of Nigerian Red Cross.
Yes, sir.
That's
That's
great
really
to
good. I'm
know.
glad that I asked that question because now I know that. So, you know, thank you for coming this morning. And of course, I wish you so much luck with our theme for this year, which is no matter what. That means there's a lot of work to do, no matter what.
No matter what.
Thank you for joining us this morning. So that's where we'll leave this conversation. And we hope to see, you know, more of you doing the weekend show.
We are grateful to AIT for giving us this audience. And thank you so much.
Well,
Thank
very
you for
welcome,
being
sir.
here, sir.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, and that's where we'll leave the lifestyle segment. We have more to come on lifestyle. This is done with Red Cross. We'll see you very soon. Thank you.